Namaste. This particular sequence we'll be working on is going to be encouraging more confidence and empowerment within ourselves. And we're going to be doing some poses that are going to encourage that, mostly on balancing and leg strengthening. So this time we're going to be starting in Tadasana, or mountain pose, a standing pose. So we're going to put our feet hip width apart, toes outward, roll your shoulders up and down, palms out, neck nice and long and strong in mountain pose. As we start focusing now, once we're in our pose, on our breath. So we're going to take a nice long inhale and exhale as we center and ground ourselves. Inhale and exhale. Feeling straight, tall, and strong. Inhale and exhale. Feeling the strength course through us. And as we inhale, we're going to bringing some more energy from Mother Earth up into our toes and our heels and our soles, and bring that all the way up through our body. And we feel that strength adding to our strength, creating a nice core of energy in our very center. And as we breathe out, we're going to imagine ourselves breathing out all that excess energy that doesn't do us any good, the nervousness, the anxiety, the stress. We're going to breathe it all down into Mother Earth and let her take it and convert it into something more positive and more strength-worthy. And as we're standing here breathing in and out, we're imagining ourselves strengthened by Mother Earth, feeling that core of power running through us, and allowing all the other energy that we don't need, that are distraction, that take away from our center cells. And breathe steady and strong. Now notice too, your knees don't need to be completely locked. They need to be just slightly bent. And yet you're still nice and straight and strong. You feel confident. You feel empowered. You feel ready to go, to move forward in your strength and knowledge that everything is exactly as it should be and everything is just right. Do you feel that shining power of core energy in your inner being, running all the way down through your feet, through your legs, all the way up, through your torso and spine to the top of your head? And keep an image of that, because that is what we're going to use to ground ourselves and keep us strong and keep us confident and keep us empowered as we move through our poses today. Let's take another couple really good breaths in and out. All right, now that we're centered and grounded, we're going to grab 2 blocks. Now I'm going to do this at the side of the mat so you can see as I move forward. We're going to do a half forward fold. And I would suggest using blocks because it's going to help you make your back straight, because the forward fold is really about making your back as straight as you can. So we're going to reach up and bend forward from the hips, resting both hands on the blocks. If you only have 1 block, you can rest like this. If you have 2 blocks, you can do this. And then we're going to make a flat back. Make sure your neck is nice and long. We're going to hold this for a moment as we breathe. And then we're going to reverse swan up. And now we're going to bend again into half forward fold. And as you do more forward folds, you'll notice it'll be a little easier to go down and you'll bend a little bit better, a little bit easier. We're going to do one more. We're going to reverse swan up. Reach up high. And now we're going to tilt forward. Now you might even be able to set those blocks aside and go all the way to the ground. Or you can stay with the blocks, whatever is most comfortable for you. And just hold that for a moment as you breathe. All right, I'm going to turn around to this side of my mat so I'm with you guys because we're going to go into Cobra and Downward Dog. So we're going to get on our mat, so we're flat on our mat, and we're going to put our arms like right around chest height, right outside our chest on each side, and we're going to push up. And we're going to reach back and just sort of arch our back backwards like so. Don't do like this, keep your neck back. Keep your shoulders down. Feel the strength radiating up your arms and into your back. And now we're going to move into Downward Dog. So we're going to move back, bring our feet to the ground, and they don't have to be all the way to the ground. If your feet are a little high, that's fine. The object is to try and push down as far as you can so you can stretch out your hamstrings. And then we're going to take our bottom and push back so that we have a bit of a V going on here with our hips. And our arms in front of us are nice, straight, and strong. And we're going to hold this for a few moments while we breathe. Now we're going to move back into Cobra. So all we're really going to do is move our feet so that our tops of our feet are down. And we'll move forward so we can arch our back and hold. It isn't a huge movement. You shouldn't have to adjust too much as you move back and forth between each. And we're going to go back into Downward Dog. So I'm coming to my knees, and then coming to my feet, and then pushing back. And then we're going to move back into Cobra. Feet are down, tops of the feet are down, back is arched. And then into Downward Dog. All right, so from Downward Dog, I'm going to move into Warrior One. So I'm going to rock forward, take my right foot, place it in front. I'm going to take my back leg and angle it just a little bit with the foot. And then I'm going to slowly come up and make sure that your knee is lined up with your ankle. And take your arms straight up, shoulders down, navel in. Chin up a little bit so that you have a nice long neck, and hold. And keep breathing. And feel the power of your core holding you up, making you strong, helping you feel confident and ready to go. Now we're going to move into warrior two. So what we're going to do is we're going to swivel the hips. So we're turning them to the long side of the mat, moving our arms out. And that's all you're moving. While in the head, you can also look over the tips of your fingers in the front. And breathe. Can you feel your core energy running from the crown of your head all the way down through your spine, through your legs? Now we're going to move into triangles. So I'm going to take my front leg, move it back so it's nice and straight, and then tilt my body so I'm reaching down to the floor. If you can't reach all the way down, you can use a block. You can use the tall end or the short end. And you're going to use that to prop up your right arm as you swivel your hips, keeping your legs straight, reaching your other arm up to the sky. And then look up to your fingers. And hold this pose and breathe. You should have a nice straight line from the tip of your fingers, of your hand in the air, all the way down to the ground. Your hips are stacked, your shoulders are stacked, and you're straight and strong. All right, now we're going to move into forward fold. So we're going to move the block if you have it. Bring your other leg side by side, so they're side by side, and then you're just going to move forward a little more so you're folded up. Keep your neck long, your back as straight as you can. If you need to, you can do the half forward fold with the block so you have a straighter back. All right. So I'm going to move to the side of the mat so you can see this. We're going to go into tree pose. So we're going to take our left foot, since we're working on our right side, we want our right side to be strengthening right now. So we're going to take the left foot and we're going to drag it up our leg. Now, if you can put your foot here, that's fine. There are some people who go all the way up. I don't suggest it because the tree pose is all about opening the hips, not straining yourself. And going all the way up into your groin is not that easy. And it becomes more about standing on one foot more than actually opening the hip, which this pose is for, is opening the hip. The second goal of this pose is to help with your balance. So you can either go here, or if you're struggling with your balance, you can put your foot here. And then arms, whatever feels good for you. You can do here, you can do here, here. You can even put them in the back if you're really good with balancing, and bind your arms in the back like so. I'm going to go into dancer pose. Now this one, I had to use the wall for a little bit before I could get it. I'm good now. But if you need to use a wall for your outstretched hand to help keep you balanced, that's fine. Or a back of a chair, that's fine too. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to plant this front foot firmly into the ground. And then I'm going to bring the other foot up, hold it, and then lean forward. And I start here. And once you can maintain this pose without falling, then I turn the arm and up, the palm toward me. This is dancer pose. And hold it as long as you can, feeling your strength and your power radiating outward. And feel the empowerment of being able to hold this pose for even a small part of the time. All right, so now we're going to do everything on the other side. So we're going to go into warrior one on the left. Make sure we got a 90-degree angle with our knee and our heel. We're going to reach up, navel in, neck long, hold, and breathe. Now we're going to go to Warrior Two. Hips out to the long side of the mat, arms straight and strong to the sides, looking out to the fingertips, feeling our strength and power. Maybe even a little sweat, which is a good thing. Means you're working out. That's good. And now we're going to rock back. Make this knee nice and straight. Use a block if you need to as we go down into triangle. Long side, short side, or mat. Or you can even do just the ankle like so. And then stack the hips. Stack the shoulders. Reaching up with your other arm. Making sure all your legs are nice and straight. And breathe. All right, we're going to move our back leg to the front and do a forward fold in the front. We're going to hold this for a moment, stretching all that out. And now we're going to go back into tree, and I'll show it here on the side. You can stay at the front. All right, so this time, it's our left leg that needs to be nice and straight and strong. Be our support for us as we bring the right leg up, whether it's here or here, focusing on opening the hips, shoulders back, your spine is nice and straight and strong. I usually like to start my hands here in front of my chest, and once I'm secure with my balance, then I move up. And you can even look up. And now in the dancer pose, you can do this any way you need to, whether you need a wall with your stretched out hand to help balance you, or back of a chair, or if you feel like you have enough balance to do it all on your own, that's fine too. And you may find that some days you can do this pose and some days you can't. So, and I find that for myself. Some days I'm great, some days not so great. Or you may be better with the balance on one side versus the other, and that's okay too. So I'm going to make sure I'm nice and grounded in that left foot. I'm going to bring up the other foot. Rock forward. Nice and straight. Once I'm sure I have my balance, palm up. Then I'm going to kind of arch back with the arm and arch my back just a little bit too. And feel the power and the strength of this pose. You hold it as long as you can. And then come out just like that. Now that we're done with our core work, we're going to do a little cool down. So we're going to sit down on our mat, legs straight out in front of us, and our spine is nice and straight, and our hands are out beside us. We're just going to sit here for a moment in staff pose, breathing, relaxing, enjoying the wonderful practice that we had that made us feel so good about ourselves. It made us feel more confident and empowered. And now we're going to tilt forward from the hips, and we're going to bend forward as far as you can. And if you're only here, that's fine. If you can go down to your ankles,
or even touch the floor as far as you can go that's comfortable to you. And breathe. Now we're going to do bound ankle pose. Basically, we're taking our feet, putting the soles of our feet together. We're sitting up nice and straight and strong. And come back to that straight spine and breathe. All right. Now we're going to come flat to the back. Do knees to chest. Hold that for a moment. Now we're going to stretch out the left leg straight and strong while holding the right knee. You can even bring up your head and try to touch your knee to your knee to nose. We're going to switch sides. Bring the left knee in. Straighten out the right leg. And you can even go up if you want to knee to nose. All right, now we're going to do a spiral twist. So we're going to take the knees to one side, but lay the shoulders flat on the ground. And we're going to look to the opposite hand that our knees are pointed. Make sure to keep your shoulders down as you breathe and enjoy the twist. Now we're going to switch to the other side. So we're just going to swing the knees to the left, head out to the right, shoulders down, and breathe. All right. Now roll back a little bit. Bring the knees in. And then, excuse me, stretch all the way out to Shavasana. So we're nice and straight on the floor. Hands out to the side. And just allow yourself to relax. Feel your body melt into the mat. And enjoy being at rest. Because we can't always be strong and confident. Sometimes we just have to allow ourselves to relax and rest and just be. And that's what we're doing right now, just allowing ourselves to be. Enjoying our breath, enjoying relaxing, enjoying this moment. And as we breathe in and out, we're allowing ourselves to melt more and more into the mat and allow ourselves to relax completely. All right, we're going to wiggle our toes, wiggle our fingers, and come to our side. And when we're ready, come all the way up. And we're going to be straight and strong.
as we bring in all that beautiful practice and all that confidence and empowerment, bring it into us. Let it be a part of us as we move forward today. Namaste.